Hey everyone, welcome to Patriot Cell Box. I'll give you my commentary news today, as reported by the Wall Street Journal. Now, first up, it's been a bad week for Boeing. First of all, there's still some issues with the 737 Max jet because due to issues, the two of them have already crashed and killed over 300 people, all combined. That's bad. So now all their 737 Max jets are grounded until further notice, and then also so thanks to Obama, the U.S. lost its ability to launch spacecraft, and since then Russia has been taking up American astronauts. But one of Trump's promises was to rebuild the U.S. space fleet, and so he's trying to get domestic manufacturers to be able to build spaceships, all while Amazon and SpaceX are trying to Blue Origin, which is a subsidiary of Amazon, then so run by Jeff Bezos, and then Elon Musk, who runs SpaceX, and both Bezos and Musk are trying to build their own private space companies. They're doing pretty well, and they've launched some stuff for the government already. And Boeing is trying to do the same. Is trying to build spaceships for the government, not for their own private launches. But problem is, due to a little glitch in the internal clock on one of the rockets, they launched up and then it missed its target because it was supposed to go up to the same height as the International Space Station and dock with it. Just didn't go high enough and then came crashing back down. So yeah, that was due to a little error. So it's been kind of bad for Boeing. And they're trying to remain the premier aerospace manufacturer in the United States, but they are number one in the world thus far. All right, so there's a recap of the past year of a Democrat-controlled House, because it's been about 11 months now since they took control just over 11 months. They took control in January 20th, or just before that rather. But yeah, they've passed substantially less bills thus far compared to other Congresses. The amount of laws they passed is dramatically lower than previous ones. So that's mainly because they're focused on impeachment. So as I said last time, they wasted 2019 on impeachment, and now look what it got them. They have passed over 400 bills, but that's far less than Congress has passed in the past. But for other Congresses, showing the 116th Congress, which is this one, is sort of focused on Trump, and most of those bills have been more than 3/4 of them aren't likely to become law because they won't pass the GOP Senate. They passed climate bills, gun control bills, minimum wage increases, all that kind of stuff. Not one. Mitch McConnell has refused to take up any of them. None of those kinds. There are some others like spending bills and USMCA, but that's it. So she's evidently not, and it's funny that they impeached Trump for essentially obstructing the impeachment, which is really weird. It's they're hey, you don't want to help us get you out of office, so we're gonna kick you out of office for that. The logic there is weird, I think. But now Pelosi's obstructing her own impeachment. Technically, he's not impeached until she sends the articles to Mitch McConnell so they can withdraw from the Senate. And also she said they were going to impeach him for quid pro quo until they dropped that. And yet this is a quid pro quo now because they're blocking impeachment. They're blocking the articles from reaching the Senate, at which point Trump will officially be impeached until they get the terms they want for the trial. So yeah, it's and they don't even have any control there. But yeah, they're committing quid pro quo, first of all. And second, they're mad at Trump for obstructing the impeachment, and they impeached him for it, and now they're obstructing the impeachment. I don't get that logic at all. But McConnell says, well, maybe they apparently just got cold feet. And the debate was a couple nights ago for the Democratic Party, and they continue to raise. Every time there's a debate, they raise the bar higher for debates. Like first debate, they had the first couple of debates they split into 2 nights, so there were like 20 candidates, like 10 for each. Then there's one with 10 candidates, and the number kept dwindling down to where it was 7 a couple nights ago, and now they're raising the bar even higher. And now and the next debate is scheduled to be in Iowa because that's the first day for the primaries. The debate's gonna be January 14th unless they switch it due to the impeachment inquiry, and then the Iowa caucus is gonna be held in February 3rd, in which they'll pick their delegates for the Democratic convention. So that's going on. Over in the op-ed section, let's see. So there's one article titled "A $900 Bottle of Hypocrisy" because of Elizabeth Warren's comment that that Buttigieg had a fundraiser at a wine cave, where they sold $900 bottle of wine, and Buttigieg's response was, "Well, I'm the only one up here, according to Forbes, that is not a millionaire or a billionaire," and that's true. Out of the 7 candidates on stage on Thursday night, Buttigieg is the only one who's not a millionaire or a billionaire, which is so. Of course, he can't. First of all, of course, he can't take other big money donors, and then second, he also roasted Warren for taking. So what she did is that this is a pretty common practice actually. So candidates, if they have extra money from one campaign, they're gonna roll over next campaign. If senators have extra cash, they'll roll it into their re-election campaign. Or if they go from Senate to President, like Warren's doing, they'll take the Senate campaign extra and put it into their presidential campaign. And that's what Warren's doing, as I just said. But some of that money is big dollar donor money. So while she's railing against Buttigieg for courting big donors, she's taking money from big donors herself. Money that was meant for Senate campaign, but now she's using it for a presidential campaign. So, hypocrisy. And so the article's point is that they're all bashing Buttigieg for taking rich people money, ignoring the fact that they are rich people themselves. As Buttigieg said, they're issuing purity tests that they can't pass themselves, which is nuts, I think. And finally, there's crazy won't beat Trump because their Democrats are acting like impeachment is such a victory for them, but it's really not. They've just shown they've lurched the political left just to show that in their desperate effort to get rid of Trump, which is not a good idea. Hillary Clinton was pretty leftist, I would say, and she lost. So the solution is we didn't go far left enough, and we didn't call people racist or deplorable enough. Winning strategy right there. Not they're not gonna win by just insulting more people and trying to assert more control over people's lives. Not gonna happen. That just doesn't play out well with people. On a closing note, I will say that now there's 3 presidents who have been impeached: Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump. The last 2 of them, so 2/3 of all presidents who have ever been impeached in the United States, were impeached for humiliating Hillary Clinton. That's all I got for you in this episode of Picture Your Soapbox. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great daily content.